Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Talking Shit with your boy Sophisticated Jerk, M3, and Stan up in here. So,
What's
man,
up?
today we got some crazy topics, but before we jump into that, man, how y'all doing, man? Y'all
Hey, I
cats
just want
looking burnt out, man. How these streets? Y'all,
hey,
y'all do that?
I just want to say shout out to Stan, man. He looking like a car salesman. Looking like he's trying to sell
Looking
something
clean
like
down there.
insurance. Scammer. I like the shirt. You gave me scammer vibes right now, so I had to put that out there, you know?
Oh,
Fraud alert.
You said he looking like a Nigerian scammer out here? Out here catfishing old chicks.
Hey, I'm going to sell you a car. There's only 2 seaters, but we have a moon roof.
Stay funny. But all right, man, we'll go ahead. We'll jump into the first topic. So today, man, for the first segment, we got this Florida man, Henry Betsy Jr., who was arrested on charges of bigamy. And bigamy is pretty much when you try to get married multiple times, even though you're legally married. So he was arrested for having 3 wives in 3 different counties in Florida. So shout out to Florida, man. Y'all the kings of fuckery down there, man. What's going on, Stan? Y'all
We have a
leading the
saying back
charge.
home: make it home before 7 p.m. And I see why.
Hold on, I have a photo of him real quick, so let me pull that up real quick. So here we go, right here, man. He looked like one of them Creole brothers down there. One of those. Stan, is this an uncle or distant cousin?
I plead the fifth.
All he's missing is the dress, man.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, he just all got, man. He grown up dreads out, man. He could have probably had a 4th or the 5th wife.
You know
Why
the
is he
sad part
slacking?
about this? I saw my cousin a couple weeks ago. He's like, man, we thought that you were going to make it, that we're going to get married and be legitimate, but you just like the rest of us. I was like, oh God.
Yo, before you play the video, Dre, let me just say one thing, right? I didn't know like you could get incarcerated just by like marrying like multiple wives. I didn't think that was going to be a big deal.
It's illegal.
How? How you going to make it illegal for me? Look, man, my dick, my choice. If I want to choose to marry,
that's dating. That's called dating, escorting, that sleeping around. You can do that. However, in marriage, when you do tax forms and everything else, it's illegal. You cannot do that.
M3 said my dick, my choice.
You know, what's that thing called when you do spiritual marriages? Yes. You can have as many spiritual wives as you want.
So what about Utah? Don't they allow you to have like
No, Utah also, they can practice that. It's also against the law. Again, it's against the law. Bigotry is against the law. Not bigotry. What's this called?
Bigamy.
Bigamy is against the law. Polygamy is not.
Man, they just don't have to go through all that paperwork, so that's why they make it illegal, lazy asses.
Yeah, so like what Stan said, if you do like the spiritual stuff, so it's like technically we are, but not on paper, then you be straight. But yeah, my man was like going and filing paperwork, so they were like, "Get your ass up in here."
In 3 different counties, I'm sure enough he thought they don't speak to each other, because one of those counties probably heavily speaking another language. I'm not going to say which. And sometimes counties don't communicate.
Okay. But let's go ahead and jump in this video. So off the deck, he's got the shades on. He's got the collar shirt. Got the snow bunny. So he's living he's living life right.
He's a relative.
All right.
Facing charges for marrying 3 Florida women in 3 different counties at the same time. Tonight, those women are speaking out, saying the system that handles marriage licenses kept them in the dark.
There are no safeguards, and that I feel like that's part of where the system failed.
He took each one of us to a county over to get married in.
If
They had that one blurred out. Like she's in a spy movie or something.
The counties did talk, that would have saved me a lot of heartache, a lot of money, a lot of stress.
I-Team investigator Adam Walser breaks down how this could happen at a time when online records can be viewed with a few clicks of a mouse.
A wedding usually signifies a lifetime commitment between two people embarking on life's journey. But these three Florida women learned they were on the same journey with Henry Betsy Jr. at the same time. This is Henry's mugshot, which is the most recent and clear picture we have of him. Michelle married Henry in Hernando County in November 2022.
I met him on
Hernando County. You know what that is, Stan?
I plead the fifth.
And I'm noticing too, man. They're up there in age. So, do you think there was a little bit of like on their end, like I'm not gonna say desperation, but it was like, man, I got it, man. I'm not gonna check anything because it seemed like they relying on the state.
It's the art of seduction.
Okay.
They follow his leadership. You know, we can go to this state is a lot. We go to this county is a lot faster. We go there all the time for lunch. Let's go to the hot tub. Just get a massage over there. You think about moving over there? Might as well go ahead and get our license done here since we're going to move here anyway.
But let me. Am I off base? Because like, you can't Google shit. Because man, if I'm about to get married to somebody, man, I'm doing a deep dive on their ass. Like I'm private investigating them, especially being older. Like,
but you
man,
know,
go ahead.
No, but you notice that's something like I know we're gonna cover this later. With the romance scams, it's like you get caught up in the emotions and the feelings, and you want to trust so much. And also, there's so many people with his name. It could be another one.
Henry Betsy. Ain't
It's
no damn common name. You had to like this motherfucker named John Smith or something.
It's common in the South. It's common in Florida.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Florida people, man?
I know Florida boy. Y'all wicked down there, man.
So you could put one called as senior. You could add on abbreviations, a senior, a Esquire. You could just add things to it.
Oh, okay. He did say junior, so all right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me go ahead. We'll get back in the video.
On Match.com. We met in early November.
How soon did you marry Henry?
It was very short. It was very soon. It was within about 3 weeks span.
Henry.
3 weeks. You know what that was.
Try to tell you, man. I ain't even seen this. I was like, man, to get caught up like this seems like there's some. I didn't want to use the word desperation, but damn it, that's what it is.
That was no desperation.
What you saying?
He gave her the M3 special.
Hey, I plead the fifth on that one.
Huh?
I said I plead the fifth on that one.
So,
all right.
She
Yeah,
said
let me jump back in, but damn, 3
weeks. 3 weeks.
Man, and that's what I was saying. It's crazy, man, because you'll think people, man, once they get older, man, you're like a little more guarded and you got shit to lose. But like I said, it was like that desperation. Like, damn, man, I ain't finding.
That was no desperation. She got the Super Mario Brother coins knocked out of her. That's 3 weeks. That was not a lot of talking. That was a lot of sunbathing, being naked. It's Florida. You go to the beach, be affectionate, have brunch, be more affectionate, eat some sea moss, get some good cocoa from the Haiti culture, and you up here like ding 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 Mario Brother coins everywhere.
Look, Stan, it's just love at first night. That's all it's to it.
Oh shit. Okay.
Hey,
Ding 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 ding. Hey, we got to get that sound on here.
Yeah, we gotta
Our
get
brothers' coins.
no doubt. If you gotta get that, man, that be in your name. That need to be your. But all right, yeah. Let me get back in the video.
3 weeks, like dang.
Yeah, she wasted no time. So it's either you, that, or yeah, that's crazy, man.
Henry was still married to Brandy, who married him in Manatee County that February. Brandy asked us not to show her face to protect her job.
I met him on a dating app. The first time I'd ever.
Those look like old hands. Brandy about 52.
got on a dating app. He said all the right things.
When Brandy married Henry, he was still married to Tanya, who obtained a marriage license in Gadsden County in November 2020. Tanya asked us to blur
Wait, stop
for
a minute. Can you stop? So we're gonna go backwards. Okay, so she's November, the next one is February, and the next one is October. This dude did everything. No matter why he got caught, he did everything within the year.
Mm-hmm.
Within the year. That's crazy.
he was like, look, I'm gonna divorce one of their asses, so I might as well marry all three, and I'm gonna have a bidding war. He was rolling out there like LeBron and shit in the NBA.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy as hell.
I'm glad none of them could get pregnant because this would have been worse.
But I'm trying to. I hope they give their timeline, because the first one was 3 weeks. So these other two, like how long it took
but
for them
October, right? She got married in October.
But I'm saying how long, like he knew him and stuff.
But that's I don't think we got to those two yet.
Yeah, I hope they break it down.
But within the year, he's able to go ahead and get married. That's crazy. Well, all three of them within the year.
Yeah, but he like the first one. I mean, you could tell she's like up there, but not as much. But these other two, they definitely like older. So he targeted older chicks before they get to the 25-year-olds. So this might be why like Joy Taylor and Tracy Lee Ross, they don't ran into dudes like this. They're like, fuck that, we going young. I'm getting that 25-year-old.
Oh, they gotta be careful. Well, go ahead.
He's a domestic violence survivor.
Meeting him on a dating site, and the way he portrayed himself, he sold the perfect person when in reality he was none of those things.
Mr. Betsy, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear to affirm testimony you and giving the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Yes, sir.
Michelle gave us cell phone videos of court hearings. Henry Betsy Jr. was arrested for felony bigamy last year after Tanya figured out she wasn't his only wife.
I just started county by county putting his name in, and that's when I came up with the marriage to Michelle and the marriage to Brandy.
She found me and she messaged me, and I had no idea that she was actually still married to him.
I'm just looking because it's so bizarre. We never get discharged.
The wives say marrying Henry was easy.
You go to the records division, you apply for a marriage license, they take your information, they take a copy of your photo ID, and we got married right there at the courthouse. No questions asked. There was nothing that was flagged in the system for him having already two prior open marriage license.
I did the paperwork and got married all within 15 minutes.
In Pinellas County, 2000.
Damn.
So we can see he has a type.
But yeah, that is kind of simple when you think about it, to get married, man. I think it's harder to probably get in the fucking Boy Scouts than it is to marriage. Because like, man, I just filed this paperwork, man. We went in there, so it's like, man, yeah, they do need to probably like cross-reference or something. Shit.
Don't do blood tests anymore. I thought you had to do a blood test, ST training. That's what I thought. Like, they don't do that anymore.
Man, they ain't trying to be astronauts. You have to.
You gotta make sure you're
ain't about to fly these motherfuckers to the moon.
I think you gotta make sure you're compatible and you're not related. And I thought it was like a whole process.
No, you ain't gotta do all that. But
that's 15. This is man. That's quicker than Vegas.
But the one thing that I kind of caught when she was talking was like when she did the research and started, doing it at the counties. It's like, man, do that up front. Like,
but you notice that the first one, she had to go to each county to find out.
Yeah, and that's crazy. It's that disconnected in the state. So yeah,
that's Florida. That's why I told you guys at the beginning, right?
I think most states is like that, honestly. Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, Florida's notorious for that because it's like, the counties don't talk. It makes no sense.
All right, let's get back to it.
People get married at courthouses each year. There is a 72-hour waiting period for Florida residents, but that can be waived by a judge, and there is no required wait for people from other states. Pinellas County Clerk Kim Burke says Florida makes it easy to get married because the state is a big wedding destination.
Does it surprise you that someone was able to be married to 3 different people in 3 different Florida counties at the same time.
Well, it does surprise me, but unfortunately, there's not really safeguards to find that out.
Burke says marriage applications are based on the honor system.
They swear that the information on the application is correct. And one of the things they have to show is that if they were married previously, how did the marriage end? Either was death, divorce, or annulment.
But licenses and marriage certificates aren't compared to documents in other counties when they're sent to the state.
Because if there were safeguards in place and there was cross-referencing on different counties here in the state of Florida, none of this would have ever happened.
His wives, who met Henry on Match, Tinder, and Stir, recently found his profile on another dating site while he was still legally married to them.
Looking for a beautiful woman that understands the ups and downs.
What'd you say in them 3?
I said that man was just sloppy with his game.
Hey, he putting in work. He was like, shoot, there's old chicks everywhere. I don't care. He said, I could lose a few. I'm good.
Wow. Yeah, but he could have saved his trouble, man, by not marrying them at all. And he still would have been okay with it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he ain't had to walk or go down and file the paperwork. He should have just been a serial dater. That's where he should have stopped.
Oh, man.
Of life is trustworthy and no games.
His wives say they later came to believe their marriages had more to do with money than love.
The day we got married, he was like, well, we need to make your bank account a joint bank account.
We were either divorced or about to be divorced, maybe coming into something.
Child support, alimony, anything that comes with, the extra perks of marrying a newly single divorced woman.
So he hit the jackpot here.
He did, 100%.
Henry's financial.
Henry is the embodiment of payback. Henry is karma in the male's body. He's like, look, I think he did this to show the system how fucked up it is. He was like, you know what, man, let me file all these marriages. I'm gonna take them for half they shit. And he's like, hopefully other guys pick up on this. That's what Henry is. He's the catalyst.
I think it's worse than that. I think it's worse. I think Henry got more marriages that we haven't found out yet.
Oh yeah, they gonna come out. He gonna have some chicks coming out of like Montana, because I think Henry like target the most widest areas. So he's gonna be like in Wyoming, and more wives are popping up. Henry Betsy the 4th. It's got 7 more wives. North Dakota, we got more Henry sightings.
South Carolina.
They say not all heroes wear capes, though. So,
but I could see it because like those, you could change the name too.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, I think he like in a way he's like, you know what, man, let me show this sister, because yeah, he got him. So he was like, shit, I'm about to get this alimony. She done got divorced. Let me.
Okay, child support. He got access.
Mm-hmm.
He got children by these women too?
No. From her previous marriage.
Damn.
You know, dang, this kind of kills like a fantasy that I had like a long time ago. So, that's why I got to know the system, right? I didn't know it was illegal to be like, double or triple or whatever married, right? Married more than once. I was like thinking to myself, I was like, man, like, why don't just Utah it up, right? Get a couple of like Latinos or whatever, like 5 or 10 of them, marry them. Pick the ones that got kids. Pick the ones that already got kids, like grown kids and stuff. They'll be like an empire. I was thinking about like monetary gain. You know what I mean? Like, we could do some things though, but that killed a dream right there, man. So
okay. So Henry messed it up for you when you.
I mean, so much for being, faithful and all that, but it's okay. I guess I can spiritual marriage up or whatever, however y'all want to call it.
But yeah, we'll get back to the video. Let me. 3 just got his dream shattered.
Financial situation appears to have taken a turn for the worst.
You have any source of income presently?
No, at the moment, sir.
Do you have any money in the bank?
No, sir.
Michelle and Tanya say they escaped their marriage and obtained domestic violence orders after Henry became abusive. Brandy says she kicked Henry out of her house after just 5 days of marriage. Henry finally filed for divorce from Tanya following his arrest and is now seeking annulment for his marriages to Michelle and Brandy.
Do you think there's any need to do anything else to prevent this type of thing?
I just think it's too hard. I mean, as much as we have records and so forth, People are very transient. You can get divorced in another state.
Henry's wives are hoping he'll be convicted and spend time behind bars.
It's a potential that he may just walk away with probation. And that's what's really hurtful, is there's no accountability. There's nothing that is going to stop him from doing this again.
Henry Betsy Jr. has pleaded not guilty to the felony bigamy charge and has another court hearing later this month. We reached out to him, but he declined through his attorney to comment. I'm my team investigator Adam Wolser with photojournalist Randy Wright taking action for you.
Yeah, smart move, Henry. Don't say shit.
Don't do it again.
Yeah. Henry, you better be quiet on this one. You guilty as charged, boy. They gotta go in the courtroom, be crying. You ain't winning that shit.
Now he gonna find his next victim. They're all fall for it. He can't help it.
I mean, he should have probably just stopped at the first one because it sounded like she was already about to open up the account. It's like, man, you'll marry 3 of them. Don't put yourself in. But it sounded like they was all gonna like give him the bread. But he started, wilding out, putting hands on him and stuff. So, but the other one was like, man, I divorced him in like 5 days. But yeah, it's just crazy that, after divorces and stuff, it's like, man, I understand you might, be kind of going through it but to jump into another one that fast, I'm like that.
I think the thing that people got to be honest with as a nation is that people crave love. This whole thing of self-love, well, you ain't having it because you went ahead and self-love yourself into a scammer because you're lonely and we're not being honest. It's this ego that everybody's going around like, I don't need nobody and I could have made the choice, but I chose me. And I'm like, okay, but you also chose Henry. And and we got to be honest, like, what is it about you that you choose Henry? Because, look, you're in the state of Florida with a lot of retirees there, or older people that's working. From, like, I was talking to another friend of mine with Cree Summer, talking about, like, the choices I made, and I could never have find a man at 55. I'm like, you need to you need to go to the South. There's a lot of grown-ass men in the South that you go ahead and at least have a relationship with. There's a lot of men there. People, we got to get honest and just stop. And if we're honest, then you make better choices.
Yeah,
instead
I agree
of
with
falling
you.
for romance.
Yeah, I think people get that, they take such hard stance at first. And then, like you said, man, they build that wall and they talk crap. Everybody's tough. And then after a while, like you said, we're just meant to be with each other in whatever dynamic. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like, that's why I said, I think since they prolonged that for too long, then they hit that state of like, damn, man, they all their friends and their friend group start dropping off. They start getting guys. And then it's this, people would hit that patch of like desperation. Like, damn, I got to hurry up and grab somebody. So they just grab anybody and they go head over heels because it's been a while since they had that relationship interaction. So yeah, I think that's what's happening, like you said. And it's just like, man, don't lie to yourself. Because I think once you be like, even me, I'm probably a little more emotionless. But even then, it's like, I know I do want like a form of relationship. So I think by understanding that, man, that's what keeps you from becoming desperate. And
yeah,
you don't have to be rushed for everything. It's just like, nah, I'm gonna play this out, man. I got to make sure I vet this person. They got the right mindset and, ask some questions. Cause it's like you said, shit, 3 weeks. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, I think it's a tough stance that you, what was that?
That's Super Mario Brothers. Ding, 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 ding,
oh yeah. He was knocking the bottom out that thing. But I ain't gonna lie, man. During that interview, they all had that look in their eyes, like I ain't messing with no more brothers.
That's a lie. They've been touched.
Henry might have gave him that trauma, like that, pushed him over the edge.
Now they're gonna go after the young ones, the 20-year-olds. They're like, you know what? Let me get the YNs real quick.
You said they gotta get up some Jordans and shit.
M3, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, look, man. Dude tried. I think he got like a little greedy to it. He should have like slowed down just a little bit. But to be honest with you, again, like I said before, he didn't have to marry like these women unless there probably was like a will that was involved that we don't really know about that involved with him getting married to these women. Because I'm for sure, like in some states, these women look like they have great careers. They probably have their own houses, their own properties or whatever. So something happens to them, let's just say, God forbid, like, excuse me, God forbid, like each one of those women pass away. Now he gets to inherit like what they have. Full access to their bank accounts, full access to their properties. So I kind of see why like he played like, even though he's like a hero in my eyes, but to women he's like a villain, a super villain. So I can see why like, he was like a villain to like all these like, old white women.
Yeah, I agree with you, because the one that had child support, right, and she got kids, I know the fact that you brought somebody this into your house is she probably got a lot of guilt.
I mean, she should, man. That's what I'm saying. Especially when you have kids, man. You got to know who people are. You can't rush it, man. Like, because that's a good point. Because, like, I was telling, some friends that are looking to get into relationships. I'm like, hey, man, y'all need to make sure that you protect your legacy, man, your kids. Because it's just like a lot of times people jump into marriages and, all their feelings, and it becomes about them and the other person. And they ain't thinking about the kids. It's like, man, if something happens with your money, then you screw up your whole lineage, So it's like, man, you got to think about shit totally different. So that's a good point y'all brought up.
The man was thinking about reparations in his own way.
Oh, we ain't claiming him in the black population. That no.
But M3 had a good another point where, maybe he was like, shit, I'm gonna get married, and the old, let's go on a cruise, and he pushed him over.
And that's what I'm saying.
Like, hey, I don't know. She was just out here. She was trying to reenact the Titanic, and she fell over. Like, save her! That fake crying and shit.
It's Florida. It's Florida. I don't like go ahead and take a night walk with somebody where's Jurassic Park, aka alligators, and they gently push you. Boop.
They're gone.
Man, I don't even know how you and Wally even survive out in Florida.
By not going to them parts.
At 7 p.m., make sure you make it back home.
Facts.
Yeah, I want to make it alive out there, man.
Nah. But all right, y'all, man, we go ahead. We're going to close this one out. But nah, I thought this was an interesting segment. So yeah, man, they better tighten something up with as far as those marriage laws out there and stuff.